All right, folks, today I'm at Isle of Pine Preserve, and as you can see, this is your parking area for this particular park. You literally just drive down the road out of this neighborhood here and straight on in. All right, so not too far down the trail from the parking lot, you get to this little kiosk here. It's got a little bit of information about the property, the common stuff that you see in the Orange County parks, as well as a map of the trail system here if you didn't bring one with you. There are no paper maps for you, so you just have to rely on a photo from that. So this is going to be a loop. Like I said, I usually go right, so we're going to take this trail first, and we should come back down this one on our way back out. But yeah, I don't know how well you can see this, but we should be right here right now. And so yeah, should split off nicely. I'm just going to follow the blue trail, probably take the white trail here down to the orange. If it's not flooded, come back around and then go back up the other way. I'm not going to. We've come to our first break for the red trail. It goes off that way. It's clearly marked, and they've even got signage for the parking lot itself. So these trails are well marked, and they're not hard to follow though either. This has been my path the whole way. But we're now walking through this lovely stand of pine trees. They're still young pines, very thin, but it's nice out through here. All right, I definitely want to point this one out. So this way is the blue trail, and that's a little white spur that you can take. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and take the white and see what we can see out this way. It does look like it's a little bit rougher, like they just sort of scrape this up. Let's see where this path goes. Oh yeah, it's already kind of like way softer than the main trail was. So let's see what we find out this way. All right, wasn't too far. The white trail took you through some nice scenery. Looks like you were mostly out in the open if you were going down the blue trail here. So you got a little bit more in the woods back that way, which was actually quite enjoyable. The one thing I will say is that it is a little bit of a rougher walk, so your footing can be a little bit off sometimes. Just take your time, go nice and slow, and you'll get through it just fine. But yeah, it was a little bit of a rougher walk than this is. Yeah. Okay, so we've reached the Orange Trail cutoff here, so we're gonna head out this way. Now this is the trail that is seasonally flooded and may not be passable depending on how wet it is. So just keep that in mind. And you can already see we got this low-lying space here. It's full of mud. So we'll see how far we can get. But clearly, just based on where the water is, this probably just floods out entirely when it gets wet through here. So just keep that in mind. This may be about as far as you can go before you gotta either ford the river or turn back. And for the first time back here, I'm seeing a lot of hog sign, which I didn't see anywhere else on the trail. So just be mindful of that. And we made it. This trail is definitely a little bit more strenuous than the remainder of the blue trail. I know it doesn't really look it, but it's very hard to walk through this stuff. It's very loose and soft and uneven, and I've got spots that are real low and real high, and they're kind of all over the place. And I know it doesn't look like there's a marker here, but there is. It's hidden back here. So this is still the orange trail. All right, I'm headed back the way I came. This is where the loop rejoins the property boundary. Just follow the marker. Clearly they've put a maintenance path out that way to keep the fence in shape. But yeah, just follow your marker, and we'll get back to our little fork. No problem. All right, there's a good stretch of trail that follows the fence line and these power poles along this field here. Eventually you will get to this marker that tells you to head off into the woods again. Well, into the palm meadows again. All right, I just came to this. So if you did miss the turnoff that I used to get back onto the blue trail through this stuff here, there is another turnoff here that you can get back onto. So if you just wanted to follow the fence line down, you can. But I would definitely come back to the trail, because it's going to lead you back the way you want to go to the parking lot. Otherwise you're going to follow the boundary of the park around, and that's probably not going to be too great for you. And just as predicted, right back out of our loop at this kiosk. So we're only a couple hundred feet from the parking. All right, folks, this is the hike in entrance to Isle of Pine. As you can see, it's just grass, and at the end of the road there is a little bit of room to pull a car in if you need to, but yeah, it's supposed to be hike-in only. It's not really parking here. Just like the blue trail, this trail is marked with these posts. Now they're green. I never considered green to be a very good color to mark trails with, but that's what they are. The trail itself is pretty identical in overall make. It is a little bit easier to hike on. It's a little bit more hard packed than the previous one, but it's also a little bit more overgrown, so keep that in mind. Okay, now this trail pretty much just goes straight that way, but it does have a little bit of a side trail that you can take out this way as well. There's a lake over here. I'm not sure which lake, but it does take you along this little bit here where you can actually look out there and see it. There's a picnic bench here for you, and then there's this nice little bit of marsh as well. All right, here's an interesting one. It clearly looks like the trail goes that way. I've got a marker here and a marker over there. Let's say I go this way. Like, there's a clear delineation, but I don't know. Like, all of this is just tall grass. Like, I'm not sure what's going on here unless, oh, so there's this little loop at the end of the trail, and I thought it was something a little bit more serious. That's it. That's your loop. That's the whole loop right there. So we're already done. We're just gonna head back. That's what's going on. So yeah, because there's no other markings out and through there, so it just literally leads you back out to the trail here. That's your turn around, go home. The trail's done. All right, so all in all, it's a very short hike. I haven't checked to see how long I've been out here, but I'm guessing about a mile in total. I'll let you know when I get back. All right, yeah, we're coming back up to the entrance here. We're gonna be at about 1.1 miles in total for everything, with the little loop off the side and everything. So short little trail through the woods. Nice split. And that's gonna be it, folks. If you liked my video today, please remember to like and subscribe for future videos, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.